and today I am starting a new series. For the past few years, I have been ranking every Ninja Warrior show that came out in that year to see what was the best that each year had to offer when it comes to Ninja Warrior. In this series, Retrospective Rankings, I'm looking all the way back to past years and ranking the Ninja Warrior shows that came out. We are starting with 2011 because that is the first year where multiple countries had licensed Ninja Warrior shows come out. Otherwise, it would just be like Sasuke at number 1 before that with maybe A&W or Kunoichi sprinkled in there, but that's about it. And because 2011, 12, and 13 didn't have too many shows that came out, we're going to do all 3 years at once, starting with 2011. Coming in at number 4 is Sasuke Malaysia because I have never seen it. It is lost media. Please find it. Number 3 is Sasuke 26. I just think it's rather boring. I don't think there's anything offensively bad about it, but I don't think there's anything overwhelmingly good about it. I'm not going to go super in detail on Sasuke tournaments, especially because I feel like those have been talked about to death already, but just know those are my general thoughts. Number 2 is A&W 3. I don't really think this is a good season the way other people do. I like the qualifiers, I like parts of the semifinals. I am not a fan of boot camp. I don't care what the season is, I don't like boot camp. The finale is what largely carries A&W 3 for me. Seeing so many Americans perform well was awesome. Which means at number 1, I do have Sasuke 27. I don't think this is like the greatest tournament of all time or anything, but it was cool to see Yuji make history, getting his second win, and, you know, having a mix of different stars, still going far on the course, especially on stage 3. I thought that was pretty entertaining. I didn't really care for stages 1 and 2 though. Look at that, 2011 already done. Now it's time for the end of the world. 2012 only had 3 ninja shows come out, and number 3 is Sasuke 28. The only thing I think it had going for it was the introduction of the crazy cliffhanger, and that's about it. Everyone talks about it. Trying to forcefully retire the All-Stars was a dumb move, and it's even crazier now because all of the All-Stars have come back at least once since then. And then they kept cutting to the awards room or the gala banquet, whatever it is. That just wasn't worth it either. Number 2 is Sasuke Singapore Season 1, a trial to get into Sasuke 28. It balances pretty well old school Sasuke obstacles with a more serious feel in that competitive atmosphere, but the commentary gets really goofy and starts to, you know, clash with the tones. It's one of those where if you're really bored, you want something entertaining on your screen for 20 to 30 minutes at a time, you should watch this, but if you're gonna try and binge it, good luck. It's also this low because it's only 2 stages, as it is a trial. It's just the first stage and then a tower climb, so it is over pretty quickly and it feels like you should get more. Coming in at number 1, I have A&W 4. While I am not the hugest fan of how Vegas went on A&W 4, I think that this switch to NBC and the move to Vegas away from Midoriyama was the right call for American Ninja Warrior, and ultimately, it was a decent start. Obviously, we know about the course design, we know about the professionalism, and we know that there was room for improvement, as many things need room to improve when they're first beginning. But when comparing it to Rinky Dink Sasuke Singapore and Sasuke 28 that destroyed everyone's childhood, this was a pretty easy number 1. 2013 also had 3 ninja shows, which were also the same 3 as 2012, and funny enough, my ranking's the same. Sasuke 29 at number 3, Sasuke Singapore 2 at number 2, and A&W 5 at number 1. Honestly, they are so the same as the 2012 versions of these shows, I could just copy and paste that stuff into the video to explain why they're ranked this way, which is exactly what I'm going to do. Okay, in all seriousness, Sasuke 29 is a little bit better than Sasuke 28. Yusuke kind of carried stage 3, but that's about it. Sasuke Singapore 2 is number 2 because while it was pretty much the same as the first season, it did have Malaysia versus Singapore, the first ever international ninja competition. And A&W 5 is just one of my favorite seasons of A&W, period, and my favorite Vegas by far. Brian Arnold's run is an absolute classic, as we all know, and I love to see more diverse clear rates. Instead of just one person making it to stage 3, we had some success on stage 2, we had some shocks on stage 1, we had pretty good and overall better qualifiers, I think, than A&W 4, so A&W 5 is the number 1 show of 2013. And just like that, the first episode of Retrospective Rankings comes to an end. As we go through the years, more shows will be added. Some of these lists are going to be very long, so each year will be having its own video, starting with 2014. Peace out, guys. I hope you enjoyed. See you for the next one.